RAF Weston-on-the-Green near Oxford from a height of 12,000 feet.
I was very nervous last night. Found it quite hard to sleep last night just thinking about it. But I think now that I'm here, and once I get up on the airplane, there's obviously no turning back. I'm going to have to go for it.
Strapping the bagpipes down was one problem. The other was his kilt. The pipe major had only one choice: to break with tradition to save any red faces on the ground. Originally, David was going to do the jump with all his musical colleagues in the Hussars.
It was an idea of the motorbike display team to get some of the pipers on the back of their motorbike in full uniform, playing the bagpipes as they were doing their different stunts. And it went down very well, actually, with the crowd and the organisers and everything. And some of the lads from the Falcon seen this, and in the beer bar later on, after a few beers, we got talking, and they said, well, we could go one better than that. We could jump with the whole pipe band, drums, bagpipes, the lot, in a tandem jump. And at that stage, like, everybody was all for it. And once I got back to UK and that, and started to do some organising, a lot of the other members of the band came up with all various different excuses, and it's just left with me myself, actually.
The soldier was told by the Guinness Book of Records that the jump would be unique. It's also raised money for children with disabilities at the Springfield School in Witney. Limbering up for the big drop meant making sure the bagpipes were in tune. Back to the moment of truth, and once in the air, the only way is down. After a bit of free fall, it's showtime.
Run. Run on.
Eight minutes later, and still playing, it was back to earth with a bump.
It was the most wonderful experience I've ever had in my life.
The pipe major hopes to do more jumps in the future, only next time maybe he'll leave his pipes at home.
What a brave man. I mean, the bagpipes. It's time for sport now.
The bagpipes may have frightened the life out of the enemy in times of war. In times of peace, though, they bring nothing but pleasure, particularly to the Celts. At Fallingbostel in Germany, the sound of the Scottish Highlands is wooing many other nationalities, as Steve Britton now reports.
The Heather and District Pipe Band, which you might have expected to find in the Highlands of Scotland. In fact, the heather is that which is to be found on Germany's Lüneburg Heide, a popular area for nature lovers. And as for the Scots in this group, well, they stand alongside Austrians, Germans, Irish and Englishmen. This was a rehearsal for the inaugural meeting of what's described as an Anglo-German Pipers Club, taking place in Fallingbostel, the home of the Queen's Royal Hussars.
I was posted here about 4 years ago to Germany, and I got invited to go down and teach at the German Summer School of Piping near Frankfurt. And I've seen the actual school down there growing from 30-odd people to over 200. And everybody kept asking if there's a possibility of doing this more often in Germany. So we came up with the idea of holding a Pipers Club every 3 months.
Pipe Major Tony Wilson is the club's other co-founder, an ex-Scots Dragoon Guard who now works for a computer software firm in Germany. And as he points out to prospective members, it'll help if you're not averse to travel.
Because of the interest in the whole of Germany, and the people are covered all over the place, we'll be moving all over Germany. We're starting today in Fallingbostel, and we're working our way down to the south of Germany to give the other people in the south a chance to come to the Pipers Club as well, without travelling hundreds and hundreds of miles.
Do you think 3 times or 4 times a year is going to be enough to satisfy demand?
Well, because it's the first year, and it's the first time we've tried this, we're starting off with once every quarter, and we'll see how things work out, and if it's a good result, then obviously we'll look at doing it once a month maybe next year.
And just to prove that this club is not male-dominated, this lady from Hameln is taking a break from her job with an electricity board, and she can play the pipes.
Well, I first got interested in it with the German Youth Hostel Association. I took a course there, and afterwards I started to go as an au pair to Scotland and got there my first teacher. So that was the interest in the country, in the music, in everything.
Do you like the sound of the pipes? Because to a lot of us English people, it's not necessarily a nice sound.
Well, I can't understand that people think like this. I love it. I'm really fascinated of the sound, of the tradition, of everything.
The success of this club is virtually guaranteed with the growing popularity of this Scottish heritage in Germany. As for the Heather and District Pipe Band, there are said to be no plans for BMW to sponsor them.
Steve Britton reporting from Fallingbostel.